stuff. So I just decided at one point that it's something I wanted to try out, and then one thing led to the next, and then I guess here I am.
I had the pleasure this past Monday to actually see The Martian. And first of all, go see it. Absolutely go see The Martian, because it's phenomenal.
Yeah, really, if you like Apollo 13 and you like 2001 Space Odyssey and those kinds of movies, I really honestly feel like this one is up there. So, I wish I had a bigger part.
You were still good. What was it like working with Ridley Scott?
Really, it was amazing. It was like the Wizard of Oz, in a sense. You know, I never really got to see where he was. He would sort of speak on this loudspeaker and give you notes. You could hear this voice from far off somewhere just telling you what to do. And you never knew when you were on camera because he shot with 8 different cameras at all times. So it was definitely one of those days where you wanted to know what you were doing when you were showing up to work.
Now, as the Winter Soldier, you haven't had a lot of dialogue yet. And I said, yeah.
Why do they have me say anything in this one? I don't know.
Do you find that easier as an actor or harder?
Well, it was freeing in a sense, and then also it was definitely difficult. But I just, again, the way that the guy looks in the comic books and then the costume, you know, it's just so, it's such a strong presence that I feel like sometimes all you gotta do is just stare. just stare. You do, you know, a Zoolander stare, and you're good.
Can we see your blue steel? Maybe.
So happy Anthony Mackie's not here. I'm telling you, I know he's coming, and please just don't make any noise when he comes out.
All right, so we're gonna take questions from the audience and let her rip.
Hi, Sebastian. My name is Stephen Martin, and my question is, like, if you can make your own opening song, what would like it sound like?
I guess that's totally. My opening song, like just in daily life routine. Yeah, it would have to be some sort of heavy bass, you know, Pink Floyd. I don't know, something like that. We don't need no. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Andrew, and I was wondering, what was your favorite comic book growing up?
I actually didn't read comic books when I was growing up because I was a communist. Comic books. I just had weird cheese and stuff. But, you know, Captain America was really, in a way, my first comic book, and so thus I'm very biased.
Hi, my name is Rosa, and so I know that to promote The Martian, you went to NASA. Now that you've had a couple days in between, how much fun did you have reflecting back on your experience?
Oh, NASA's amazing. I mean, it's incredible. You know, for me, just because I wanted to be an astronaut, obviously, at some point when I was a kid, but they really are superheroes. I mean, that's just the truth. I mean, you know, the astronaut that we had, his name was Hopper, and the guy had like veins protruding out of his forearms, you know, and his big watch and this amazing haircut, cheekbones, and I was like, yeah, of course they're gonna send you to space. Who else? Perfect. Buzz Lightyear. So it was really inspiring. Honored to be there.
Hi, my name's Erica. My question is for you. What is your favorite part or scene from Captain America, first and second movie?
My favorite part. Well, in the first movie, I really like the part where we go to the sort of you know, where we meet the Doctor Who girl. Who knew? Said hi to her again. I was like, hey, saw you about 5 years ago. But in that scene, sort of, we go to this, I forgot what it was, it's like a display. And that's right, there you go. And I kind of wish that they would have showed, like, the night, you know, and, like, us going on these double dates and what would have happened. And, like, I kind of wish that that scene was bigger. And the second movie, I think for me, the just everything on the causeway was my favorite part. Yeah, and the third movie, but I would say the fight scenes that we have and that I was involved in definitely blow the stuff in the second one away.
I had the chance to interview the cast of Ultron, and I had 2 questions for them that I think really tell us something about a person. I'm going to ask you the same ones. Number 1, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Do you have the time? that one just came. I don't know. The problem is I never know when I get there. I'm always like looking through the book. Suspicious Minds, Elvis Presley.
And the second question is, who living today is worthy of picking up Thor's hammer?
Living today could pick up Thor's hammer.
I said Betty White.
You said who?
I said Betty White.
Betty White, yes. Absolutely. Absolutely, I could do it. I don't know, I was just thinking about, you know, that character, Vision. I was like so interested in this character because he's in Civil War, and so I was always like, where's Paul Bettany? And someone would tell me, like, dude, he hasn't been out of his trailer in over a week. The guy is still getting his makeup done. That's a really badass character, though. That one I'd be worried about in the movie.
We'll just say Paul Bettany can lift it up.
Say
Paul Bettany can lift up Thor's hammer.
no.
Alright, next question.
Hi, I'm Holly, and I was just wondering, I think the coolest thing and most interesting thing about you is that you grew up in Romania. And I was just wondering what made you go to America, and do you like America better than...
Holly, the answer to that question is yes. I was very lucky to move to America. Incredibly lucky. I wasn't asked. I was just sort of like told that we're going. I was 12 at the time, and my mom remarried, and then, you know, I found my way over here. But yeah, I think I lucked out.
Bună ziua, mă numesc Ali.
Și mă numesc Sunny și noi am vrut să știm cât e de să mergi la România acum și ce îți place să faci.
Gesundheit.
Sunteți din România?
Dar noi am locuit acolo pentru un an jumate și noi am învățat.
Wow.
If you're given the answer in Lorraine that's the end of Civil War, I'm gonna be really mad.
Bine, îmi pare și mulțumesc că ați venit. Eu n-am mai fost în România din 2003, dar trebuie să mă întorc, cred că mă gândeam vara asta.
Putem să mergem împreună?
Și Civil War o să fie un film nemaipomenit.
Google Translate on it, so it's all right here.
Say something in Romanian.
Next question.
Hi, my name is Kendall, and I was wondering, who did you like portraying more, Good Bucky or the Winter Soldier?
The Winter Soldier, definitely. And the reason for that is in Civil War, I remember there was one point where the writers and the Russos came up to me and they're like, do you remember that guy that, like, you know, was in the first Captain America, Bucky? You remember him? Like, we may want to, like, kind of trying to remember what he was like at this point. I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I can, you know, go back. Winter Soldier was definitely a lot more fun, for sure.
With Paul Bettany, I asked him also how soon did he realize when he was going to be from Jarvis to the Vision? And he said he'd known for 2 years that he was going to have it before the Vision. How long?
Paul Bettany's very lucky then.
How soon after being cast as Bucky did you find out that you become the Winter Soldier?
Well, I found out at the San Diego Comic Con from a friend who called me and he said, "Dude, I didn't know the second movie's title was going to be Captain America: Winter Soldier," and I was like, "Weird, neither did I." So,
Thanks, Sebastian.
Hi, my name's Danielle, and I think you're a brilliant actor, and I hope to see you in more Marvel films. And on that note, in the comic books, Bucky eventually becomes Captain America. No spoilers, but do you think there is a possibility that we could see Bucky pick up Captain America's shield?
Spoil away.
It's so impossible for me to say. I mean, I'll say this. They sure like to dangle the cheese in front of my nose a lot. That's for sure. They're like, oh yeah, that's where you pick up the shield. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard that before. And there it is again. But I don't know. I will say one thing. If anyone can have anything to do with it and make any of that happen, it is you.
Hello, my name is Micah Sutton. I was wondering, what was your biggest inspiration from the comics going into this role as Bucky and the Winter Soldier?
Biggest inspiration? Well, for me, what I found most helpful were all the comics and the series when he sort of has his memory back, and then we kind of find him piecing the things together. But everything about his childhood was extremely inspiring. I mean, I didn't know, the fact that he had like a sister that ends up going into an orphanage and later on dies of Alzheimer's and stuff. You know what I mean? The fact that his whole story with his father, like all of those things were just very real for me and very helpful in terms of like building a person together. And also, it showed me the fact that this is why he ends up being used by by Hydra and the Russians and so on, because he comes from a really troubled past. Look, he's really cool, all right? Really cool.
In the first movie, Captain America, when he fell off the train, how did you survive?
What happened was, I was trying to break my fall with my left arm, and then I kind of like wasn't really able to do that, and so I fell and I knocked my head against a rock, and then next thing I know, I opened up and there were just a bunch of like lab coats around me.
A wizard did it. That's all I was saying.
Ridley Scott was there.
Hi, my name's Abby, and I just got to tell you that my best friend loves you. My question is, what it was like working with the crew and the cast of the Captain America movies?
It was great. I mean, we all, surprisingly, we all really get along. It was awesome. I spent obviously a lot of time with the whole cast, but I did spend a lot of time with Mackie this time around. And he's always a lot of fun to work with. and so is Chris and Scarlett, and so it's great because years go by and we all go off and do our own things, and then we come back again and it's like nothing's changed.
Hi, first of all, my name's Amanda. Thank you for coming. I was wondering what you like to do when you're not making kick-butt movies.
Well, thank you for having me. And second of all, well, what I usually like to do is look for the next job. You know, it's super fun when you come home and you have like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that, you know, a month sometime that you have time off and you get to like kind of like relax, and your body's usually just beaten to a pulp from a shoot like that. But then right around that time, you start itching for the next job. So I'm like right back, you know, looking for the next thing.
Sebastian, my name is Gary. So my question is, how much of the Civil War are you actually a part of, and like what can we expect afterwards for the Winter Soldier?
They're out there, I know they are. I'm in Civil War, yes. That's all I got. Sorry, I'm boring, but that's all I can really do right now.
Hi, I'm Kristen, and I was wondering, since you're like the Mad Hatter and the Winter Soldier, you're kind of psycho in both those roles. So are you secretly like a little bit psycho or scared?
I definitely don't think I'm well. As I grow older, I definitely I'm not well. No, I don't know. I mean, those are just better parts to play, but I suppose you gotta be a little crazy. I don't know.
I was going to ask you about the Mad Hatter, because obviously, it's such an iconic character that's been portrayed so many different ways, and how did you wrap your hand around it and say, I want to do it this way?
The thing with the Mad Hatter was that it was all just written out. It was just in the script, and the whole episode was just fantastic. He had such a big arc and so many different scenes to sort of show different colors and so on. So it was all there from the start, and that's what made it so compelling. And it was just a writing. I mean, I think those guys really made a kick-ass show with that show.
Hi, my name's Olivia, and I'm from Atlanta. And I wanted to know if, with the extensive history between Natasha and Bucky in the comics, do you think that they could bring that history to light in future movies?
Yes, they can. They should. They really should.
Hi, I'm Aubrey, and I was wondering, as an actor, you're asked to do a lot of crazy things sometimes, and I was wondering if you had any stories of when you maybe were self-conscious of doing something and how you got over that.
Plenty. I think sometimes you just have to do it, whatever it is that you know you're self-conscious about. I mean, I think it's just jumping in the water. I mean, you have to just do it. One of the things I started recently is I've always dabbled with writing and so on, and now I'm like, you know, I had a little bit of time. Back to the question, what I do in my off time or whatever, and I decided, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to take some writing classes. I don't know. I'm going to start writing. I'm going to start just. I have my, you know, I'm always self-conscious of it or whatever, but I'm just going to do it. So I think no matter what it is, as long as you just kind of give yourself a push and jump into whatever that water is, then you should start to be okay.
saw Ricky in The Flash, and I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about working with Meryl Streep.
We want the dirt.
There ain't much. No, well, she's a legend, and of course, it's again one of those situations where I felt nervous going to work, self-conscious, and feeling like, you know, I need to bring it, or I need to sort of make her think I'm a great actor. And I was sort of overthinking everything, and I realized that I was getting in my own way. So the best way to sort of do that is just to kind of accept your place sometimes, you know, accept that you're there. I sort of accepted I had the job, and it got a little easier for me. I was less nervous around it. But she is an incredibly generous person, and I learn a lot from someone that dedicated. I mean, it definitely makes you sort of step up in your game, and that's probably the best lesson that I had. Other than somebody telling me that I could actually smile in the movie for once.
Hello, my name is Maku. I actually started reading comics right when your character became Captain America, so I'm rather attached to that storyline. But right now in the comics, Sam Wilson, Anthony Mackie's character, is Captain America. And so I was wondering if, hypothetically, they killed off Chris Evans, Steve Rogers' character in the MCU, would you rather have yourself or Anthony Mackie be Captain America in the MCU?
Myself. Dude, having Anthony Mackie be Captain America will be like Biff in Back to the Future 2. It's like the world will come in and be like, oh my god. You know what I mean? So,
So I've only seen the movies. So I've only seen the Marvel movies. So at the end of Captain America 2, Captain America says he's going to the Winter Soldier. And then at the end of Batman, they have the Winter Soldier. So my question is, how did Captain America catch you?
all of this will be resolved for you the next day.
Hi, Mr. Stan. First of all, thanks for coming. It's really good to have you here.
Thank you.
I think you're a great actor, by the way. And my question is, I know that actors like to play a wide variety of roles. Is there any role that you would refuse to do?
Refuse? Good question. Money's money.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there is. There's gotta be. Come on. I don't know. Nothing comes off the top of my head up right now. I don't want to say anything and then, you know, kind of like sort of regret it later on. But no, I'll try anything until there's something that, you know, sort of jumps out and then I go, there's got to be someone better for this. So, you know, I'll move out of the way. But if I can give it a shot, I'll do whatever.
Hi, my name is Matthew, and my question is... Hi, my name is Matthew, and my question is... Are you a Star Wars fan?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Megan, and I was wondering, are you and Chris Evans close even after the movies?
Yeah, we stay in touch, you know, here and there. I mean, once in a while we run into each other, like we will in a few hours. But yeah, I mean, it's always like I said, like I may not see Chris for a few months, I may not see him for a year or two, but it always picks up where it left off last time. So.
Hi, my name is Emily, and I was wondering, there's a Dub Smash war going on between the cast of Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What side are you on?
I think Agent Carter. mustaches that Haley's done, and they're really great.
You should join the war.
I have so many on my phone, you have no idea. I always get very close to putting one out there, but I haven't done it yet.
Hi, my name's Ariana, and I was wondering, what was your favorite action scene in The Winter Soldier?
My favorite action scene, I mean, I really like that Samuel Jackson car chase. I thought that one was really great. That reminded me of, Terminator 2 and like all those great movies sort of back in the day growing up, just because I just loved everything about it, so that one I'd go with.
Hi, my name is Madison, and I'm just wanting to know what's your favorite role that you've played and why has it been your favorite role?
Well, this one is obviously my favorite role. No, I love playing this role because I feel like it's the only role. I'm still kind of just beginning, in my opinion. I mean, I know it's been some years that I've been acting, but like to me, it still feels like a beginning each time. And when I look back, I feel like this is the role that I've gotten finally a chance to sort of, get a lot of tries at it. And sometimes when you get to do 2-3 movies, you get to learn a lot about a character and then sort of like things you didn't even think about. So this is probably the most full-fledged thing I've done so far.
What's it like to be where you are now?
Bright.
Right? Extremely gratifying and extremely, I'm at a loss for words. I'm just standing here in front of all of you guys, and I'm from Romania, so what can I say? I mean, every moment is a pretty great moment.
My name is Christopher. I'd like to know what happened if your character becomes Captain America. What would you like to do different than the current Captain America?
Oh. Brood. I don't know. I'd probably like smash the shield repeatedly with my arm to make it mine.
I think the right answer is not die.
Not die.
Hi, I'm Frankie, and I was just wondering, what's the weirdest thing that that's happened to you on set?
My pants have fallen down a few times. That's definitely kind of a weird thing to go through when you're trying to be a badass. Weirdest thing. I've definitely landed some of the punches. I've been like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But we do that all the time. It just happens. I don't know. In the first movie, I went through a wall, like that whole train sequence before he falls off. Like, there was one time where I'm dodging bullets or whatever, and I threw myself into the wall, and I was very into it, and I just went right through it. Accidents like that happen in real life.
Hi, my name's Carl. I said,
It's pretty tough in that mask, though, isn't it?
I was going to say that it wasn't a question to say that I really respect you handling this, as much as you do. But no, my question is, we as fans get to do a lot of fan theories and headcanon and all this stuff based off the hard work you do as actors, kind of filling in the blanks of moments we don't get to see on screen, but we get to see your characters' histories through your performances. What is your process of filling in the blanks for things that aren't shown actually on the movie?
Well, the best thing to do is, for me, was to sort of, again, like every year, it's like I go back to the comic books. I go back to, you know, one of the things that someone actually suggested to me this time around was like, why don't you watch the first movie and the second movie, you know, before going into this third one, so you remember your arc. But it's all in the comic books there, and then I just looked up a lot of different post-traumatic stress disorder stories and things, you know, about soldiers coming back from war and like what their lives are like trying to integrate themselves back into reality. And what you strive for is you go to set, you know what you're going to shoot that day, but there just might be an opportunity for something that you didn't think about before, you know, some sort of, and you want to sort of have your weapons for that. You want to be ready for it so you can just pull it out of your trick bag, you know. And I think with this character, for example, one of the things that like I stole this from a greater actor or whatever, but I was like, music is a very important thing for me with this character because, especially in a lot of places where he's not saying much, or where's his mind, where's he going? Especially as a Winter Soldier, I always just had him kind of playing a lot of different music in his mind and stuff, and that kind of helped me always have something going on, because it could be anything. It could be, you know, he could be looking at something and think maybe he's recognizing it or not, or it could trigger him in a certain way. So.
So you mentioned that you're doing writing in New York right now, like you're practicing with it. What type of stuff do you write, like poems or stories or something?
No, it's just, these are just short story classes, basically, and, you know, it's just stuff that, you know, I was writing in different ways and for different purposes ever since I was in high school, and it's just something I always come back to, and I'm not like trying to write a book or anything. I just was like, let's build on those things that excite you or that you like. You know, I think sometimes we get so, or at least I do, you know, especially with writing, it's like I get so bogged down with expectations. Where, you know, you have this idea, it's like, well, where are you going to take it? Where's it going to go? Are you going to write a book or something? And it's like, if you're going to think that way, then you're going to squash the whole thing altogether. You know, I mean, I think sometimes it's just about seeing like what's at least in front of your face and go to that. You know? There's a piece of paper, just start writing on a piece of paper, and then take it to the next, maybe the second page. And I try and think about that in life too sometimes. And, you know, it's like, I'm here with you right now. Like, let me try and be here. I don't know what's going to be tomorrow, you know? That got deep, sorry.
Deb, there you go. I was wondering, I've loved your stuff since The Covenant, but with Ricky and the Flash, we kind of started talking about it. I want to know how you fanboyed out over Rick Springfield and that whole story.
Yeah, well, I obviously wanted him to, you know, get into. I wanted him to play that song so badly every time the band was up, but he would never do it. He never like. I think he probably hated playing that song, yeah, I just love I love 80s music, and I love him, and I was blown away by him in the movie because he does such an incredible job. He actually is a really good actor, and he's really good in the second season of True Detective.
Hi, I'm Carly. What do you wish you would have known when you first started out in this business?
That you need a lot of patience, definitely, and yeah, I mean you do. You know, it's so fun when you're starting out in high school and in camp and so on. You're doing plays, you're doing musicals, like you just get up there and you do it. And the trick is you can't lose that excitement. Like as a kid, you just can't. You need that every time, like to turn it up when you show up to a job. But at the same time, you have to like kind of hone it in and like have patience with it. You know, you can't just like let it diffuse quickly, I guess. So patience is a big one.
We got time for one more question.
just here for the Bronx in January for Sundance Film Festival. I was wondering what your experiences was here with that, and if you like doing the independent films or if you like doing the bigger ones better.
No, I don't have a preference of what kind of movie it is. I mean, I just, you know, if I really like the character, if the people involved are, you know, people I want to work with, and it's a good script, then awesome, whatever it may be. And I had a great time at Sundance. It was awesome. It was my first time. We were the opening night film. I think it was a little too much for people, to be honest. It's a very raunchy movie. I'm glad it's coming out in March. They got a little sidetracked with Relativity, but now it's going to come out in March. And yeah, it was fun. And Park Slope is a great city.
Well, one last time, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Sebastian Stan.